Good morning, students. Welcome back to your class once more. We learnt up to Lorenzo. What Lorenzo told that I didn't want to come here, but Salerio forced me so that I came here, isn't it? Today we will read about Salerio's dialogue, isn't it? I did, my lord, and I have reason for it. Senior Antonio commends him to you. What does it mean? It means that I thank your honor. Who is telling? I did so, my lord, and I have a reason for this. Why did he come? Because Senior Antonio sends him his greetings. Okay? He is telling that sends you the greetings of who's Antonio, so that I came. Okay? Gives Bassanio a letter. Then whatever Antonio has sent, that letter has been given to whom? Bassanio. Okay? Bassanio, I pray you tell me how my good, Ere I hope his letter, I pray you tell me how my good friend doth. So Bassanio is telling, before I open means open, okay? Before I open his letter, please tell me how my good friend is doing. Means how is my good friend? Who is asking? Bassanio is asking to Salerio. Then Salerio, not sick, my lord, unless it be in mind, nor well, unless in mind. His letter there will show you his state. Bassanio opens the letter. Then Salerio is telling, neither sick nor well, my lord, unless it is in his mind. But his letter will tell you what is his financial status. Estate means what? Financial status. Okay. So he opens his letter. Who is opening his letter? Bassanio is opening the letter. Then Graciano. Nerisha, yon stranger, bid her welcome. Your hand, Salerio. What the news from Venice? Graciano is telling. Yeah, he is introducing Nerissa. She is the Nerissa. Now cheer him cheerfully. Oh. Wish her. Your strange hand, you are the stranger, but bid her welcome. You welcome her. Your hand, you give your hand. Give a handshake to her. Salerio, what the news from Venice? Again he is asking, what is the news of Venice? How doth that royal merchant, good Antonio? How is our royal merchant, good Antonio is? Who is asking? Now, Bassanio is asking, okay? I know he will be glad of our success. We are the Jasons, we have won the fleece. What is that he is telling that? I know what it is. Who is telling? Now, Salerio is telling that, yes, I know what it is. We are the suitors. Who is telling that Jasons, adventurous suitors. We are the adventurous suitors, we have won the fleece. Once what happened now? Jason went to find the golden fleece. Okay. He got the golden fleece through his wife Medea. Okay. Her name Medea. Then when he has got the golden fleece, after so many adventures he has crossed, like that only, now he is himself only feeling that no, we are the adventurous suitors. Okay. Salerio. I would you had won the fleece that he hath lost. Then Salerio is telling that I wish that you could have won the fortune that whatever Antonio he hath means Antonio has lost. He hath means what? Antonio has. Hath means has. What Antonio has lost that you would have won. Then Portia. There are some shrewd contents in your same paper that steals the color from Bassanio cheek. Some dear friend dead, else nothing in the world could turn so much the constitution of any constant man. What worse and worse? With leave Bassanio, I am half yourself, and I must freely have the half of anything that the same paper brings you. What is going to tell now? Portia is telling that there is some bad news in this letter, maybe, so that Bassanio's face became pale. Steals the color from Bassanio's cheek means what? Bassanio's face became pale. Okay. And then some dear friend have died or what? must have died, for nothing else in the world would change the condition of any normal man. His condition become worse and worse. Whose condition become worse and worse? Now Bashani, when he opened and reading the letter, that time his condition was becoming worse after that. With your permission, Bashania, now I am half of yourself. And so you can, what is she is telling? With leave, Bashania, I am half of yourself. What she is going to tell? Now I became half of yourself means I am going to marry. So that you can share with me everything, whatever you have. Freely you can share with me. What this letter brought you. Okay? Who is telling? Portia is telling to Bashania. Bassanio, oh sweet Portia. What she is telling? Oh dear Portia. Here are a few of unpleasant words that ever blotted paper. This letter has some of most unwelcome words maybe, no? That were ever written on paper. Blotted means what? Blotted paper, all of you know, no? How it will this means absorb the ink in such a way. Now he is going to tell some unpleasant words are written on this paper. Gentle lady means gentle Portia. When I did first impart my love to you, I freely told you all the wealth I had running in my veins. What he told now? Gentle Portia, when I first known my affection for you, I told you that my only wealth was my noble blood and was a gentleman. Myself, I don't have any wealth. Already I mentioned you. What was? I was a gentleman, he said himself. Then I told you true, and yet, dear lady, reading myself at nothing you shall see, how much I was braggart. When I told you my state was nothing, I should then have told you that I was worse than nothing. For indeed, I have engaged myself to a dear friend, engaged my friend to his mere enemy, to feed my means. What is going to tell? I was exaggerating my position. When I told you that I wanted nothing, I should have told you that I was less than nothing. I have bound myself to a dear friend. I made him a pledge to himself, to his worst enemy, to get money I needed. Means what was his condition? When he was, who? Bassanio was needed. Whose help? Portia's help, Portia's hand. That time he had borrowed the money from whom? Shylock, in the name of Antonio. So he was, when his worst condition just reached, now he was feeling very bad. Okay. Here is the letter, lady. The paper as the body of my friend, and every word in it a gaping wound, issuing lifeblood. But is it true, Salerio? Hath all his ventures failed? What, not one hit? From Tripolis, from Mexico and England, from Lisbon, Barbary and India, and not one vessel escaped the dreadful touch of merchant marrying rocks. Now he is asking, who is asking? Bassanio is asking. What is asking? Here is the letter, lady. The paper on which is written may be compared to the body of my friend, and every word on it opened the wounds of his blood is gushing out. Such a way I am feeling. His wounds I am feeling when I am reading this letter. Who is telling? Bassanio is telling. What is it true? Salerio is asking whether it is true or what? All the ventures failed. Have all his business ventures failed? What has not one also survived? Who is asking? Bassanio is asking to Salerio. These ships were sailing in different places. Already we have learnt in Tripolis, Mexico, England, Lisbon, Barbary and India. Not even one ship was so spared being wrecked from the dangerous wrecks that often ruin merchants. Who is telling this? Who is telling? Bassanio is asking to whom? To Salerio. Salerio, not one, my lord. Besides, it should appear that if he had the present money to discharge the Jew, he would not take it. Never did I know a creature that did bear the shape of man, so keen and greedy to confound a man. He plies the duke at morning and at night, and doth impede the freedom of the state. If they deny him justice, 20 merchants, the Duke himself, and the magnificence of greatest poet have all persuaded with him, but none can drive him from the obvious plea of a feature of justice and his bond. What is going to tell? Not even a single one, my lord. Further, it seems that he had money to repay the Jew. Isn't it? He has to repay the Jew. The condition was only for 3 months. Isn't it? So now Shylock would not take it from him now. Now, never have I come across a creature in the form of a man so greedy to destroy another man. I never come such a way, Shylock. I never seen keen a greedy and greedy to confound. Means what? I never crossed such a man who was so greedy and want to destroy the other one. He appeals to the Duke morning and evening. Okay? Then threats legal action against the country's system of justice. If they deny to him, who deny to him? If the justice denied to him, 20 merchants, the Duke of himself, it is given no? 20 merchants, the Duke of himself, and the Magnificus, 20 merchants, and the nobleman of highest rank, Magnificus, have advised him, but no one can prevent him. Not even one is getting winning him, and he became the revengeful. Who became the revengeful? Shylock. Okay? Then Jessica. When I was with him, I have heard his way to Tubal and to cuss his countrymen that he would rather have Antonius' flesh than 20 times the value of the sum that he did owe him, and I know, my lord, if law, authority, and power deny it, it will go hard with poor Antonio. What Jessica is telling? When I was with him, I heard him tell Tubal that other Jews that he would rather have a pound of Antonius' flesh. He was waiting for nothing, only Antonius' flesh. Who was waiting? Jew, the Shylock. Then 20 times the value of the debt also given, also he won't accept. 20 times the value of the debt. Okay. He was telling, I know well, my lord. She is telling now, I know well, my lord, that unless the law and the higher powers intervene, it will be difficult to release our poor Antonio. Okay, then Portia. It is your dear friend that is thus in trouble? Then again Portia is asking, is it your dear friend who is in this trouble? Portia is asking to whom? Bassanio. Bassanio, the dearest friend to me, the kindest man, the best condition and unvaried spirit in doing courtesies, and one in whom the ancient Roman honor more appears than any that draws breath in Italy. So what he is telling now? Bassanio is telling, yes, he is my dearest friend, kindest man, the best intentioned man. Okay, never tired in showing kindness to others. He always displays the old Roman spirit of honor. Who is showing ancient Roman honor? Always displaying. Who is that? Yes, Antonio. Okay, he never failed than any person now living in Italy. Who is telling that? Bassanio is telling the good qualities of Antonio. Portia, what sum owes he the Jew? Portia is telling, how much money does he owe to the Jew? Bassanio, for me 3,000 ducats. Bassanio is telling, on behalf of me, he owes how much money? 3,000 ducats. This much. Thank you.